Greetings. Thank you that's here today. 126 people. That's really cool. The 2020 year has seen the Women's Council bring on a new council, uh, come together, grow together, and then gel together. And I think this fall retreat we had really exemplified how a council can grow together and come together and utilize the full gifts. And so I am thankful for God's grace on that. I won't be long. I want Carrie Osborne, the Women's Ministries facilitator, will share the report, the report. But this year we've really embraced social media due to the fact that we had to. We're thankful that God has made this possible through technology like Facebook, which can be temperamental sometimes, but it does allow us to remain in conversation. So we just thank you for that. So we had fall retreat, a visitation, went to Selma, Vacaville, Eureka, and other places in the region. And discovered as I've really lived into women's ministries is that the women in the region are engaged and involved in all facets of the church. So I know for me, women make the church run. That's just me. That's the personal thing. But I love the fact that the women in the region, not to say the men don't, but the women in the region really do some phenomenal work. And I'll pass this on for the rest of our report. Go ahead, Carrie.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Monica. As she said, we brought on a new council and have come together and gelled together. And it's a great council that is here to serve the women and to serve the church. 2019 and 2020 brought the Women's Council. We continues to minister to the CCNC-N region through fall retreat, spring renewal, and church visitations, our newsletter, women's ministry conversations that we've been started, and social media. Members of the council visited. We started to visit churches earlier in the year, and in part of 2019, Fresno, Selma, Vacaville, Eureka. And then when COVID-19 happened and the pandemic started, we visited churches via Zoom and have started to go back to visiting churches via Zoom. In addition to all of our home churches and serving in those churches as well. Women's Ministries was blessed with the ordination of Sophia Jackson, and she's the Minister of Women's of Spirit and Action and Web, and Reverend Shanae Flowers, our new retreat and renewal coordinator. And the other majority of our council came on in 2019. In 2019, our fall retreat speaker was Reverend Dr. Christy Newton, the pastor of First Christian Church in Vallejo, as well as a Minister Elena Bold of City of Refuge, UCC founder and executive director of Put the Guns Down program, a program that it was created to provide a new and fresh look at what people can do together, as well as a means to share much needed information and resources to families most affected by the acts of violence and guns. Our 2020 fall retreat keynote speaker was Reverend Marilyn Fidmont. Due to 2020 bringing us needing to shelter in place, our fall retreat was at our beloved Mission Springs needed to change. So the Women's Council got together and we planned a whole Zoom event. We met on Friday night and on Saturday morning, and we had a great worship. We've learned a lot about online worship and Zoom. It was amazing to see all the women and to fellowship together. Our hearts were filled, our spirits our hearts and spirits were filled, and our fellowship together with online. Although we missed each other, that we couldn't hug and be together. It was wonderful to see all the women on there. Reverend Sophia Jackson organized events that informed and empowered and engaged our concerns of social justice. The events were back to basics, a conversation with community organizers who work in the field of restoration and rehabilitation and find ways your church community can volunteer and be part of an emerging movement of justice. There was a family day at the state capitol, a day focused on the mental and emotional and physical well-being of Black families and Put the Guns Down event, co-sponsored by WOSA. WOSA was able to bless families at the event with bikes and helmets. We had a great time in those events, and it was great to see how we could reach out in the community and engage in the community and bring some resources to them. The Women's Council is looking for new and different ways that we can fellowship and stay connected with different events. Reverend Monica has started women's conversations, and we're starting to find some different times of the month that we can engage in conversation via Zoom and social media, and have different times where all women can come in and have conversations. We also have some other exciting events that we're working on and to get planned for the upcoming year. As we end this report, we keep everyone in prayer, especially the people impacted by the fires and COVID-19. Thank you very much.
Thank you.